How do you create an incredible sim rig for sim racing? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you, because this is my sim rig that I've used in basically this configuration for over 2 years on this channel, doing every kind of sim racing. So hopefully going to be really interesting if you're looking to upgrade or start your sim racing journey with a sim rig. So we're going to start off here with the actual extrusion of the sim rig itself, which was provided by GT Mega over 2 years ago. And it's just stood the test of time. By the way, this video is sponsored by GT Mega, because you can get 5% off anything at GT Mega, including this rig here at gtmega.com. So this is the Prime rig. And the Prime rig is a aluminium extrusion rig, you can see here, and it's rock solid. Like, nothing in this rig moves. The only thing that moves actually is the back of this seat, if you see. So the back of this seat moves because it is an adjustable seat, like with ergonomics, like you have in a car seat. If you put a bucket seat on this, nothing would move. But this rig has been the basis of like everything that I'm attaching to it. And as you're going to see, I've done some fairly creative stuff around it. So if you're looking for sim rigs, I recommend, if you have the space, getting an aluminium extrusion rig like this. And it's sort of like Meccano, the way you put it together. And it's right angles, and you can have triangles, sort of like corner blocks. It does not move. So big thanks to GT Mega for providing this. Sponsoring this video. Go check out gtmega.com if you want an extra 5% off their sim rigs. We've got GT Mega Prime here, and this is a configuration where I have a steering sort of block here underneath, and I'll go into that, and I have a pedal plate down there, and I have an integrated monitor mount, and the integrated monitor mount is actually a Track Racer one, because Track Racer sent me an integrated monitor mount. So okay, I wonder if I can put it on GT Mega, and I did, and it works. So what do we got here for the screen? This is a Samsung screen. Now, in my time, I have used ultra wide, which is a lot of fun. I use virtual reality. I've never used triples, even though I have a monitor here. This is not a triple monitor setup. I always try and just keep it as simple as possible, because I am creating content. And in this video, I'll go through a few things that help you create content as well, if you want to do that as well. This is a Samsung 240 Hertz G-Sync 1440p monitor. I think it's a Samsung G7. It was about £500, $500 when I bought it. And have I ever run anything at 240 Hertz? Yes, I have. I've done iRacing in it, and it's insane. It reminds me of going to the arcades when I was a kid. It's like, this is just insanely good. It's like the future. But it's very difficult to run stuff at 240 Hertz when you have lots of cars on track and whatever. So normally I'm okay if I'm running at 120 for PC. Gran Turismo, I've run 120 on here. Now I run 60. It's better for you as a viewing experience. But I would prioritize frame rate when it comes to your monitor over resolution. This is not a 4K monitor. It's a 2.7K monitor at 240 Hertz, a Samsung G7. What do I have for the wheelbase? This is the Logitech G Pro direct drive wheelbase and G Pro load cell pedals. Really, really, really solid. By the way, this is only mounted by 2 screws. I couldn't get the other screws to fit on the GT Mega, so I've only mounted it from the front 2 screws. Only half the screws are on, but it's still absolutely fine. No issues there. And this is a variant that works on PC and PlayStation. You can Xbox variant as well. But 11 Newton meter direct drive wheel with a quick release. So when I'm just chilling, I'll have this wheel off. If I'm racing, I just put the wheel on like so. Absolutely rock solid. I would like to have different wheel types. I would like a GT wheel type, but you don't. But this is, you know, fine for its purposes. Really solid setup. So we've got the monitor, we've got the wheel. I have here a Stream Deck, which is a really over-engineered piece of equipment, way too expensive for what it is, because it's basically an LCD screen here, and then they use software to cut it up in sections, and they put these transparent things on top. So it looks like you've got loads of different screens, but you don't. You've got one screen. So you could use a keyboard to do it. But anyway, in sim racing, you can map it to a load of stuff. In iRacing, ACC, Crew Chief, refueling, all this, change camera, whatever you want to do. And this is the XL version, so I've got absolutely loads of screens here. Use it for streaming as well. Getting onto streaming momentarily, if you do want to record yourself, audio and video, which are 2 separate inputs for a video file. Audio here, I've got the Sennheiser SM7B. Is it Sennheiser? No, Shure, sorry. Shure SM7B, which is like the best microphone for these things. It's an XLR microphone, so it goes here into this XLR mixer, and you can see the mixer's powered by the PC, even though the PC's off, because the mixer's moving. It's not going to respond to anything because it doesn't have USB, it doesn't have data going in, but you can see we've got a mixer there, so you can mute yourself. That's all great. That's going through an Elgato monitor arm. That is mounted directly onto the rig itself. So when I said, oh, the 8020 GT Mega Prime rig is so good for mounting stuff, that's partly why. So that's directly there. I don't recommend this arm though, because the arm is pants, always ends up falling into my stomach and stuff like that. Camera here is a Sony ZV-1. It's got integrated lens. You don't have to mess around, just turn it off, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off even. It's always powered by USB, just going in. Rock solid, no issues so far, doesn't overheat. Amazing job. I've positioned it here just to the left hand side of the monitor. Underneath I've got another monitor here that I use for recording, streaming. This is an Asus ROG XG16 USB-C powered monitor. I can also use USB-C for data, but I have a micro HDMI going into it. Really good monitor. They always break. My first one broke, and it's a common issue with these. The battery runs out or something, so my retailer replaced it. Got a new one. Presumably that will break and I'll get it replaced. I don't know. But I actually have 3 of these because they're so lightweight, and you can use a monitor mount to screw them anywhere you want. So again, both of these go into an arm that is attached to the steering wheel deck here on the rig. So both of those are attached to the rig. This is attached to the rig. This is an Elgato key light mini, also attached to the rig. This light I do like from Elgato because it has physical buttons on it, so you can turn it on, off, and dim it up and down on the thing itself, which I really, really like. You can change the color as well through software, but it doesn't work for me. You're meant to be able to control the Stream Deck. It's never worked for me. And then we've got keyboards here. I've got an Asus ROG Claymore, which is fine. Really like it. And then we've got the Logitech. I can't remember the name of this mouse, but it's a mouse that's been around for about 50 years and does the job for me. So I like that Logitech G mouse. Bought that ages ago. Then we've got my PSVR 2 here. So my PSVR 2 sits here, and my PS5 is just down there. So we've got PS5 there, PSVR 2, PC over there, a couple of capture cards. I use Thunderbolt capture cards. Pedals down there. This is the GT Mega RS6 seat, I believe. And my pedals are mounted to it. I've mounted them in various different ways. At the moment, I have the whole pedal plate mounted. But that is pretty much it. To me, this is not complicated. You've got monitor, steering wheel, spare monitor, camera, microphone, Stream Deck, light, mixer, mouse, keyboard, VR, console, PC. Might sound complicated, but to me, it kind of makes sense. So hopefully that's helpful for you to see how it works. Please do check out gtmega.com. Use the code Kireth5 if you want to save yourself some money. You can also get a discount on Logitech stuff with the code Kireth. I think it gets you £100 off this G Pro wheel. So hopefully it helps you out. Let me know any questions you have in the comments. More reviews around here, and I'll see you next time.